I love the Tennessee River, man. You got big largemouth, you got spotted bass, big smallmouth, and when you get them dialed in on a crankbait, especially one that's gonna mimic a crayfish, get around those rocks, those pre-spawn areas, you're gonna find for a lot of action. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Largemouth or smallmouth? Oh, a good largemouth. I mean, a good one. There's something about that White River matching. Pre-spawn, it is my favorite, especially when it's been clear for a while. Really, really works good. Cool. Man, they starting to get some color to them. It tells you that water is warming up. Man, I love it. Love it, I love it. Them trocar hooks. They failed recess, they don't play. Gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Love that color, man. He was on that corner. That's so much of a pre-spawn deal too. You know, water temperature being 59. These fish are gonna move up in these little pockets. You know, one thing that's big about the spawn is they've got to be protected. So they're going to move where they've got the least amount of wind and boat action. And the backs of these little bitty cuts in the pockets are the deal, especially if you're on a lake that is not gin clear. If you're in real clear water like Smith Lake, they'll spawn out on these points because they can get in 6 or 8 feet of water. The Tennessee River, those largemouth are going to spawn shallower, and they're going to set up, just sit out here and eat shad for several weeks before they go up to spawn. 59-degree water, it is getting close. You know, when you start seeing 61, 62 in the morning time, not in the evening time, but in the morning time, that's when you're gonna have bass starting to spawn. One of the things I really like to do this time of year is, you know, think of where they're headed, where they're going, and where they'll set up. You know, we're a few weeks away. You know, Wilson Lake, they kind of fluctuate the water until probably about mid-April. So these water willows that you see in front of me here is really where these fish are gonna set up at. And right now they're setting out in front of them, and it's a lot of gravel, a lot of real firm bottom, and that's where they're gonna sit waiting on those shad to come through. And especially when you find little points on it and different things like that. And I know this sounds crazy, but the color of a bass can tell you a lot. I mean, that fish was really colored up, which tells you his metabolism is on the way up. When they're real pale and opaque, and that water's cold, crankbait's probably not gonna be your best bet. But when they're firing and you can cover water, a crankbait is hard to beat. They smoke it. You know, we change colors. The further you get back to the creek sometimes, it's got a little dingier to a little bit different color. I like it. That's so cool. So cool. You know, one thing about it, you got to read your road signs. That fish was up there tight. I mean, tight in that bank grass. And, you know, one thing that's going to move them shallower is watercolor. You know, we've gotten back here, you know, we started way out at the mouth of this creek here on Wilson Lake, and it's gotten stained up the further we've got back. The more stained, the tighter and shallower they're going to be. I got bit again right there. Love it. I love the way I crankbait. You know, that strike right there, that fish hit coming to me, because you just lose it. And when you load up, they start pulling back. It's pretty cool. And we've had some awesome action on smallmouth too. And one of the biggest largemouth I've ever caught below Wilson Dam. You know, usually you're up there catching big smallmouth. Pretty cool sequence right here. You guys check it out. I love the Tennessee River, man. You got big largemouth, you got spotted bass, big smallmouth. This place is just loaded with fish. I mean, it's just incredible how many are in here.
And when you get them dialed in on a crankbait and you're hitting the right depth, you gotta have one that'll come through the rocks. You know, that's the biggest key, and that's what this boss hog does. That bill is so wide, it's knocking and hitting. And when it gets to a rock, it just simply knocks it out of the way. I like that clear, transparent color. That White River Magic is the deal. You see the boulders up toward the dam. You can see right here, we're on Pigweek Lake at the headwaters below Wilson Dam. And you can see those giant boulders, and that's what continues out here. And that's what those big bass are around. Oh, that's a good largemouth, yeah. Gorgeous, love it. Hey, it's cool right here. Very seldom are you actually sitting here that you see them start raising the gates. Look there goes another one. That is cool. They're gonna go to bite now, guys. There's another one, there's another one. Oh yes, that's another good largemouth. Man, dialed in. I love it. There's another one, there's another one. Oh, big smallmouth. Giant smallmouth right here, guys. Look at this guy, oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh, good. Oh, he come off. Oh my gosh, that was a giant. Oh, there's a big one. Oh my gosh, that's a giant smallmouth. You don't think they want that White River Magic? Oh, he is barely hooked. He is barely hooked on the outside. Look at this, guys. Look at this giant. Oh, this makes you so nervous in a tournament. It's just a giant of a smallmouth. Don't you do that, don't you do that. Oh, tell me them chocar hooks ain't the deal, son. Look at that fish. He was, look at that. That is an absolute Pigweek Lake specimen right there, guys. I'm telling you that right there. Watch him go. You gotta have sharp trebles. That gets me fired up right there. And that trocar treble had him the whole time. I wanna fish a crankbait really slow. Anytime it's the pre-spawn, it don't get no better than that right there. The Boss Hog, this is the slowest crankbait that you will fish. There's one. Oh, it's a heavy one. It's a giant. It's an absolute giant right here. Hey, Fish Monkey 5, baby. I guarantee you. Oh my gosh, look at that tub. That right there, that may be 6.5. Look at this, guys. They're getting up on the rocks. Gosh, that's a tub. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, that is as cool as it gets right there, guys. Man, that was a day I'll never forget. That was probably my first experience of reeling a crankbait extremely slow. But that's how those big spotted bass wanted it, you know, up in those rocks.